So when I'm training, there are about 4 apps I use probably every single day. Yeah, so I'm Georgie, this is Tryhard. These are the apps I use on a regular basis. Let's go. There are a lot of fitness apps in the world, okay? A lot of workout apps, fitness apps. I've used a lot of them in my time through triathlon, before triathlon, basically ever since I got a phone and an app existed. But there are 4 apps I use in my fitness life on a daily basis. They're pretty big ones. You might have heard of some of them. I don't know if you've heard of all of them. Let's get into it. So I would say the app that's kind of like my home hub is Garmin Connect. So I wear a Garmin watch that then syncs into Garmin Connect. As you can see, circle thing is syncing to let you know that it's connecting with my watch, which means it's probably down in my heart rate for the last few moments. It's higher than normal. I'm not sure why. It gives you my steps. It shows your body battery. I mean, if you click on this, you can toggle your stress on and off. I mean, if I go back to yesterday, like it just shows you where your workouts were, where you're stressed, I guess, when you went to sleep, when you woke up. I guess this is just to help you plan your day. I mean, if it was like bottoming out, I have had some where it's been really close to the zero. I suppose you just don't want to do a workout then. And then does things like how many floors you climbed, your intensity minutes, how much you sleep. I need more sleep, so don't look at that. It does your stress. You've also got things like all your health stuff. You've got performance activities. It pretty much does everything you'd want it to do. This is training status. Let's show you this. Now I need to be doing some more low aerobic. There's no surprise. And what happens is Garmin Connect will collect all of my data from my watch, so how I'm faring throughout the day and all my training sessions. And from there, it pushes it out to a few other apps. So that includes TrainingPeaks. TrainingPeaks is kind of like a fitness calendar. So you have your home, you have the premium version, you would have numbers in where it says fatigue, fitness, form. I don't have the premium version on right now, so you don't see those. I mean, to be honest, when they're not there, you don't notice them. When they are, you wonder how you lived without them, but then when they go away again, you forget about them again. So this is my calendar. It shows you all the different things I need to do. You've also got charts and things showing you distance, TSS. That's something that TrainingPeaks does. There are a lot of metrics you can get involved in, and if you're only into triathlon for just the fun, you probably don't need TrainingPeaks. You'll probably just put it in your calendar. I'm going to go for a run today. You're fine. You're good. The thing is though, if my coach puts in a workout like this, which has power intervals in it, this will sync. You see this little connect button up here in the corner? That will copy over into Garmin Connect. Garmin Connect will then sync it to my watch, and my watch will then time the intervals in. It will give me what power I should be hitting. It's very useful. Once you've done that, Garmin Connect pushes that back out to TrainingPeaks, and that is when these sessions go green. Otherwise they go red. I'm trying to find a red one now. Here you go, I skipped one, so it goes red. Didn't do it. Another one I use a lot is HRV for training. It's heart rate variable for training. I think those are what it stands for. Can't quite remember. So you log in first thing in the morning. It's meant to be the very first thing you do. It asks you use the back of your camera or your phone. You just put your finger on it like this. It then records your heart rate for a minute. You're meant to stay still and breathe normally. Once it's done that, it then asks you a bunch of questions. You can change what questions it asks you, so you can personalize which ones matter to you the most. You answer all of these questions, and then it uses your feedback and the feedback from the training you did yesterday, which is pulled from TrainingPeaks, and obviously your heart rate from the morning. It then gives you an overall score for the day. If it's in a good range, you know you're good to go that day. If it's quite a low score, it might suggest that you take it easy that day. You can see your baseline. So these are all my scores. This is how it's been moving. You can see your heart rate. Mine varies, mainly because I'm a girl and depends what I was doing the day before. I can show you actually. So I had COVID back in December, where my heart rate, that was COVID. So it does help you out a lot, showing you when you're sick. I mean, you can probably tell when you're sick, but at least you have the physical evidence. I should not be working out today because clearly my heart rate is not in a healthy place. It also does these very cool insights. Your training load as to how you're adapting, your injury risk, you're ready to perform. Correlations I quite like, so it shows you whether your sleep's having any impact on your recovery. There's any big increases. These are all trivial, so it shows I am actually coping well with my training. But obviously there's a big spike in one, there's a problem, you should change something. And that imports into your TrainingPeaks. It's another metric that's in there. Again, it's a numbers thing. If you don't want all the numbers, you just don't need it. We also have Strava. Now, I'm not actually going to show you my Strava feed because I have friends on there who may not want to be broadcast on the internet, because it's basically social media for fitness. Instead of posting a photo of your life, you would post your workout. It's synced to my Garmin Connect account, so as soon as my watch uploads something, it pushes it onto Strava and it appears there. So if you use GPS, like a bike ride, it would show you the map you went on. If you did any PBs, if you went over any roads you do frequently, it might say if you did it faster or slower today. You can add pictures to it, you can rename it, and then your friends can all see it. They can comment, they can like it. If you did it with a friend, it will say you did it with your friend. You can follow your friends, they can follow you. It's one of those things that sounds crazy. Why would I want to post my workouts on a social media site? But once you start doing it, it makes sense. It's like all social media. It's also really handy looking back. If I did a really good bike ride and I'm like, oh yeah, I did it last month or something, I can go back and find it. I find it useful as like a training diary. Yeah, if TrainingPeaks is my calendar, Strava's like my diary. So those are the 4 I use most often. So my basic workaround is everything flows in and out of Garmin Connect. So the workout's going to TrainingPeaks. TrainingPeaks pushes that to Garmin Connect. Garmin pushes it out to my watch. Watch does the training session with me. Watch pushes it back to Garmin. Garmin then fires it out to TrainingPeaks and Strava. And then also HRV4 flows into TrainingPeaks. Maybe TrainingPeaks really should be my home base, but because I would check Garmin throughout the day, to see if my heart rate's gone a bit crazy or how much sleep I had. TrainingPeaks I just check for what workouts I've got coming up, which is why I see Garmin more as my home base. So there you go. Those are the apps used on a regular basis. If you want me to do an in-depth on any of these in more detail, let me know and I can do that. I wrote a blog post about this if my rambling was a bit too fast for you, because sometimes it's easier to read things. That's all linked below. You can find loads more on my website. It's like a beginner's triathlete plan, so how to get into triathlon, especially since we know that races could be back this year. Thank you so much for watching. I will be back next Friday with another video. It should be a bit more of a fun one. Yeah, stay tuned. Thanks so much. Bye guys.